Welcome to Sales Exchange, where we talk marketing for CEOs who want to maximise their income without sacrificing any profits. Today, I want to talk about podcasting. Okay, in simple terms, podcasting enables people to access your content when they're on the move and when they're ready. Now, I'm not going to go into or basically go over all of the various content marketing activities needed today, but podcasting is really important because it speaks directly to your customers who want to listen to something of value rather than music, for example, on their way to or from work. And really, it's for you to look at this as your special time with them. It's like a one-to-one relationship when it comes to podcasting. You're not broadcasting per se, but you're having a chat with them. And if you're talking with other people, you're including them in your conversation. At the moment, there's something like 700,000 different podcasts and 29 million episodes. So it definitely looks like podcasting is like the unsung hero marketing terms. So what's the best way to get the most out of podcasting? Well, actually it breaks down into three kind of main categories, which are technology, content and distribution, or in those kind of areas. So if we just start with content, this is about your business, it's about your niche, your brand, your tribe, communicating, connecting with your type of people. And you're looking at live podcasts. You can invite them to get involved with you. You can video it too, if you want to. And you can go about this by getting a list of people you'd like to speak to and come up with a list of questions. You might be thinking, well, what am I going to say? But it's no different to doing video content or whatever, stuff like that. And we've got some production notes about this, which you can download from our website. It's under resources. So when you want to start thinking about your podcasts, think along the lines of, say, industry opinions, ideas and collaboration suggestions. Talk about company events and customer educational information. Get hold of customer stories. You've got documentaries about your business, documentaries about your say exhibitions you've gone to. You've got explainers, you've got industry news. You've got interviews with customers and partners. You've got presentation about your products. You've got staff discussions, getting people together. It could be customer support and so on. And as part of the audible process, think along the lines of radio stations. You've got sound effects and jingles and stuff like that, which you can get from companies like, Shutterstock and Epidemic Sounds and so on. But this is all about building your content to create multiple episodes in advance and publish it when you're ready. So if you were to do, say 4 or 5 initially, you don't have to commit to a schedule by then. But the point of podcasts is you're going to get to grips with it, and it'll take a little while. But if you look at like Netflix and iPlayer, they enable people to binge watch or pace themselves, and they build demand. And you can do the same thing. Say, you want to produce a podcast every Wednesday, and it's great. And once you've produced your podcast, you then got distribution. And I think it's an important part of the process because it can be really simplified. You can go via iTunes or SoundCloud or Spotify. There's podcasts which are up north. I think Manchester and Buzzsprout. We use Buzzsprout, and they distribute all our podcasts whenever we want. So if you've seen our previous videos, one of the things about approaching technology this way is it's not about expecting you to go and do it as the managing director. But financially speaking, it's better to get your staff to go and do it rather than call people in. So how do you go about that? What's the best way of going about it? Well, we recommend regularly to get them trained up on LinkedIn Learning or lynda.com. And it helps get them engaged in ongoing learning, continuous professional development. So I think the key to podcasting is keeping it snappy and keeping them smiling and so on when they're recording. But getting your staff to learn about it and learn about this stuff is a great way of generating more income, making your life easier. So if you check out LinkedIn Learning, which you know LinkedIn, lynda.com, YouTube, creativelive.com and udemy.com. They're excellent. Now, while we're on this, before we finish on this, what I want to talk about really is just speech to text. So back in the day, a long time ago, speech to text was shocking. It took hours to train a platform to recognise you. I used Drag and Dictate, and I had to read pages and pages from Alice in Wonderland so that the speech engine could understand my voice and dialect. Oh, it was painful. Now it's really different. There's two main players, which is Speechmatics and IBM Watson. And the reason I'm talking about speech to text is about being able to convert every single thing that you say into text. Now, in terms of Speechmatics versus IBM, one is more expensive than the other, but pennies. But they are really simple to use. You record your audio, video or podcast, send the file to one of the companies, and within a few minutes, they send you back an email of all the text for you to edit and put into whatever you want to do. I did mention it in the video process video because it's used for what they call closed caption or subtitles for video. But because the other issue is nobody seems to want to listen to audio on a video on social media anymore. So this type of software, it all works within the editing software suite and so on. But it's about, what we're doing here with these videos, talking to you, is saying there are some very simple ways of doing all this work. And so when you are converting speech to text, it means that you can create written content for your website at a serious rate of knots, especially if it's being recorded in voice form in the first place, because you've got these podcasts. So this has a great impact on your search engine optimization and general visibility with the search engines. Because I think if you think about a page of A4, which takes about 4 minutes to read, is about 460 words. So a 30-minute podcast would generate about 7 or 8 pages of text for a post. The other thing is Speechmatics, for example, recognises different speakers. So that way you can create this content of a transcript of the discussion. So, there are some people that prefer to read rather than listen. But at the end of the day, it's about giving you multiple ideas about how to go about extending your content. And in most cases, in fact in all cases, it's not as complicated as you think it is. So anyway, I hope you found this useful. That's all for now, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.